So we're driving down the highway and I look up and it's like, a prime sign, this sign. And I see
Snapchat.
a sign that says, watch the new special, Graham Bessinger, starring Logan Paul on my YouTube channel. And I said to myself, bro, he bought out of home media outside of WrestleMania
At the end of the night.
For the passerbys to drive viewership to the program that Logan Paul hates. And I was like, dude, this dude is crazy. This dude wants
First off,
smoke,
respect
bro.
for the savagery, because that's
fire.
an
That's fire.
insane thing to do.
Yeah. Shout out Graham.
Here's the question.
Fully
Here's the
knowing
question.
that I don't support this documentary, and Graham Bensinger is a fucking snake. So, for those of you who don't understand what we're talking about, this seemingly super genuine, endearing guy / journalist, I would say, had been asking to interview me for years on his YouTube show called In Depth with Graham Bensinger, and I didn't want to do it just because I didn't see how that outlet would be like beneficial to me in any way, especially if I'm giving him so much like time and energy and like letting him into my life. And then one day he came to us.
It's had a ton of celebrities on it.
Yeah,
Tom Hanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Well, that's the
like,
thing. That's the thing. His
list goes on.
The list of people he's profiled is like impressive. And so one day he comes to me and he goes, "Hey, my show's moving to Apple TV. Would you want to be the debut episode? I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. It's got to be you." Sounded exciting. And after some time, we finally decided to do it. And I said, okay, like I don't do profiles often, especially not like in-depth ones. And so I'm gonna give this guy my all. And I did. For 5 months, I let this guy, Graham Bensinger, and his crew infiltrate my life, enter rooms, scenarios, conversations that like typically I would just like never let any like outsiders hear. And I thought it would be a good profile for Apple TV. I was really excited for the viewership that a new audience I could potentially gain on Apple TV.
Prestige.
Yep. It's cool. It was a fun opportunity. Some time passes by, like a year and a half. This guy finally throws together this documentary, and it comes out on his personal YouTube channel. And when he first told us that he was going to do that, like 4 or 5 months ago, because it didn't get picked up by Apple, I was like, yo, that's not my fucking problem. I didn't sign up to go on your YouTube channel. And also, like, the contents of this, he showed me a draft. I was like, dude, there's like parts of that I asked you to remove, and you told me you would. You told me in like full confidence that you wouldn't put anything in there without discussing it with me first, that like everything gets run by you and I deserve the best. Like he gaslit me, like gassed me up. And there's even a part in there where I accused Jeff of stealing like $2 million.
It was
like,
more.
Like, because I was trying to figure out where the money went. And in my like paranoid, like lack of sleep state and my frenzy of trying to like come up with the solution instantly, I thought there were some loose ends that I like confronted you about.
You called me first.
First of all,
You called me first.
who
and told
put
me.
the idea in your head? That's what I need to know.
I was just, I was backtracking. And like things weren't adding up in my head. But also like I'm looking back, dude, I was sleeping 2 hours a night for like 2 weeks in a row, like trying to stay sane. And like I was fully in a paranoid state. And yet this is my mistake. I let this stranger, Graham, who I trusted, film when I shouldn't have. Like, because here's what I thought.
Who you bought a gift for?
Dude,
How many people you've bought a gift for in your life?
I bought my mom a gift once.
Count us out.
Nah.
Well, he bought those knives. He did buy those knives behind.
You got
behind
more
us.
than I've gotten.
And
Graham
also
Bensinger
and
got
also
a gift.
Because
Why?
he was in our house on Christmas, which is another thing, dude. I invited him to my Christmas with my family because I'm like, this is Apple TV, doc. It's gonna be great. And every email, I printed this all out. Me and Graham had like a face-to-face on TMZ. It was the first time I had spoken to him since our falling out, when I found out he lied and deceived all of us. Where I printed out like 7 emails where Apple TV location release. KSI thought it was going on Apple TV. The WWE thought it was going on Apple TV. Jake Paul thought it was going on Apple TV. And this guy essentially
Pulled a fast one.
bait and switched us. He duped
On the
me.
contract.
On the contract. And it's disappointing because, like, again, my fault is just believing in people and trusting them. And I thought this guy, who again appears very genuine, very nice, had my best interest at heart, and he just didn't. And there's no real win for me, because the piece is already out, and the piece is okay. But even actually, that's not even true.
No,
the story is okay because it's my life, and I'm biased, obviously, but I think like we're telling a pretty interesting story here. But putting it in the hands of an amateur like Graham to make a production as, I say this arrogantly, as worthy of the story that I thought my life should be, was a mistake. The audio mixing on the final cut is horrible. The story is just not told the right way. He didn't even use the best parts. Dude, after Graham Bensinger stabbed me in the back and completely showed me how much of a piece of shit he is, I called my brother. I was like, dude, you did a piece with him. What did you think of Graham?
What'd he say?
He goes, dude, Graham's a snake. I've always thought he was a snakey. He's a piece of shit.
What was he?
And when I went on TMZ, he was not drinking. When I went on TMZ and explained my situation, and I was like, this guy tricked me. He's a fucking liar. And
McAfee brought it up.
Yeah, Pat McAfee brought it up. He was like, by the way, so sorry about that. And a CEO from a very, very powerful company sits me down and he goes, the Graham Bensinger guy. I'm like, no way, this guy is talking to me about that piece of shit. No fucking way. He goes, the Graham Bensinger guy, your whole situation with him, he did the same thing to us. He goes, that guy is a liar. And I've learned that it doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how nice you are. If you aren't going to get the deal done and be a man of your word, we're not doing business. That guy is a complete liar. And so the only real W here for me is telling my story, because Graham has done this in the past. He will continue to do it in the future. And I hope other celebrities, personalities, influencers don't trust Graham and don't allow themselves to put their story in his hands.
But celebrities don't watch Impulsive.
They are, because I'm going to chop up a reel of me exposing Graham Bensinger and run ads against his name.
Not true.
When people
I
Google
know.
Graham
That's not
Bensinger,
true.
so the internet billboard will be the equivalent of him putting the billboards up outside of WrestleMania. Like seriously, bro, I don't want people to get tricked like I did.
I'll take it as a learning lesson, as I always do, of things, right? The education fund. But it was sad that I knew that you were upset about it. That makes me.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Well, upset
fucked up.
is an oversight. It's because you know, like I'm not the smartest dude in the world, and I have like people in place to protect me. Like I called my lawyer right away. I was like, why did you let me sign this fucking contract? He goes, they told us it was Apple TV.
It
Every
was.
email to all our notes, the response back to our red line.
So the only-
Apple. Here's what happened.
So the only thing
Apple-
missing from the contract was if this doesn't go out on Apple TV, it doesn't go out.
No, it's called. It's one sentence. In connection with.
Got it. Oh, they use
In connection with Apple.
Oh, like manipulative language.
That just wasn't in there. So every.
I think it might
Context.
be you, because that documentary they shot about me when I did my life documentary, that's not going out either on TV. I think, and you were in that one too. I think it's because you're in them that they keep canning them. The networks keep canning them.
They're the ones that
Anyways.
asked me to be in it.
So,
Anyways,
in this house.
two quick things. Celebrities watch this show. Number
They
one,
do.
like heavily,
I
because
know,
every
I've
time
heard
we
that.
have big ones on, they know exactly who you are and what we
Yeah.
do. Number two is I will say that it is good that something like this happened before it was a life documentary that involved, you know, you and your wife, or you and if you have kids down the line or something like that. So it's kind of good that it happened now, you know?
Yeah. He's just being so scummy about it. Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.